Hi Aquarius, welcome to August. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I'm going to call in some good energy. So this month we have a full moon in your sign on August 3rd. And your ruling planet, Uranus, is going retrograde on the 15th. And then we have a new moon in Leo in your partnership sector on the 18th. So let's see what the cards say about love and relationships for Aquarius. I'm sorry. What does Aquarius need to know about love and relationships for the month of August 2020? What is coming up for Aquarius in August of 2020? What does Aquarius need to know? What does Aquarius need to know? About love and relationships for August 2020. Okay, let's see what we got. The Sun. The Nine of Wands. The Seven of Wands. The Ace of Swords. The Nine of Swords. The Knight of Swords. The Page of Swords. The High Priestess. The Ace of Pentacles. The Eight of Wands. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so this is interesting. You have some mental stress this month, but it ends well. All's well that ends well. So, the Sun. The Sun is a great card, even though it's crossed by this Nine of Wands. You've been working really hard toward a goal. Maybe there's a relationship that you're wanting and you've been struggling with something. The Sun is saying, and you have some mental stress here, someone has been stressing you out, or you've been worried about something. The Sun says everything's going to be okay. When the Sun is in the reading, you can overcome any problems that you might be experiencing. And the Nine of Wands is saying, don't give up. Even though things have been difficult, and you may feel like quitting, like I've been working on this thing, and it could be even a job or a career goal, and I just feel exhausted. You're just like exhausted because you've been putting so much effort into something. It could be a relationship, it could be a career goal, and you're saying, I just don't know if I can go on anymore. I'm just exhausted. And just when you think, that you were done with something, it comes back to be revisited. So you might be, maybe someone from the past has come back, has popped back up. And, you thought you were done with this person, and now here they are back, and you're worried about it. I think you're going to overcome that problem. And you're going to wind up, the Sun is a card of connecting with someone that you really enjoy being with. Two people being together, honoring their inner child, having fun. It's almost like you've forgotten what fun is, and it might be coming back into your life. But first you have to solve this unexpected problem that pops up. And it may involve having to stand your ground on an issue. Stand up for what you believe in. Not, be strong. If someone tries to challenge you, you need to stand up for yourself and say no, and I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to give in. It's like, like that Tom Petty song, Stand My Ground. I'm standing my ground. And you have this Ace of Swords in the recent past, so your warrior energy has been activated. You really feel passionate about something, and you're ready to take that sword and go to battle. especially because, so you're going to fight for something this month. You're going to stand up for something that you believe in. Even though you're kind of battle weary, you know what the end goal is. You know where you want to be. You know what you want in a relationship. You know what you want in your career. And you're not going to settle for less. You're going to fight till you get to your goal. You have the Nine of Swords here. This is a card of worry. And a lot of times, sitting up at night, not being able to sleep, worrying, thinking, overthinking. A lot of times when we get the Nine of Swords, a lot of the things that we worry about or that we are all in our imagination. It's more of, we're imagining all these scenarios that could happen. And most of them are probably not going to happen. But, the mind is working overtime. And you might be concerned, you might be worried about someone's health, or you might be worried, have a lot of mental stress. This could be a person that's been worrying you, the Knight of Swords, or even the Page of Swords, because these two, Page and Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords energy especially, could be someone who's a little bit selfish and not thinking about what they're doing. Like they do things without thinking about how their behavior affects others. And so they're jumping into something without thinking, or they're taking action without thinking. It's a quick energy, a little bit selfish, wanting to jump into something without knowing, all the details. You could be dealing with someone like this Knight of Swords energy. Sometimes the Knight of Swords can mean a quick departure. Someone arrives quickly or departs quickly. So someone might be either coming into your life or leaving your life. I feel like I feel like one person it might be leaving and another person might be coming in. So there could be like a change of the guard. Something that's been worrying you and causing you mental stress could suddenly leave. And it's opening the way for this sun to come out, for the problem to be solved, and for better times to come. And I think that'll be toward the end of the month. You have the Page of Swords here in your negative thinking sector. The Page of Swords is about, checking into things deeply. Don't leave things to chance. If someone comes to you with a story, check it out. Check the details. Don't just accept things at face value. This is also a card of gossip and spying, or looking into them, or even like dealing with someone who could be challenging, or having to have a difficult conversation with someone, a serious conversation. So if you're in a relationship that's been going through you've been dealing with a difficult person, someone who's like high maintenance or selfish, you might have to just set them straight this month. And they're not going to like it. But you have to stand your ground because you know what you deserve and you know what you want, and you're not going to settle for less. Now, you have the High Priestess in your environment. That means that, it means two things. One, there are things going on behind the scenes, developments that you may not be aware of. Another reason why you have to check beneath the surface, or just wait it out. Don't take action recklessly. Don't take reckless action, because this Knight of Swords can be a reckless energy. It could either be a person. If it's a person, it's someone who's just like, I gotta do what I gotta do and I don't care, let the chips fall where they may. If it's you, it's warning you to look before you leap, that there's more. You have to check things out. Don't just jump into something without thinking. Now the High Priestess also can represent how someone feels about you. So someone sees you as someone very intuitive, very spiritual, very kind, and someone thinks very highly of you. They see you as a good person, a spiritual person, someone with high moral values or high standards. And you may have to tap into your intuition and trust your gut feeling when it comes to a situation. Don't listen to that little voice that's telling you it might be a warning. Like, look deeper. Don't just jump in. Don't just take with this Knight of Swords. Don't be bullied by the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is argumentative. They want to fight. They want their way. They want to get their way. So you might have to, here's the Seven of Wands, stand your ground. Stand up for what you believe in, and even if no one else, you can overcome, even if no one else believes you or they think you're crazy, stand up for what you believe in. You can beat out either the competition, or you can overcome whatever obstacles are standing in the way of what you want. This is your goal, the Sun. And the Ace of Pentacles. This is in your wish fulfillment sector. The Ace of Pentacles is a tangible asset. It could be a job offer, a career opportunity. It could be money coming in. But whatever it is, it's something it's a sure thing. It's not just an idea. Like the Wands and the Cups are more ethereal. There's something like their vision or fantasy, something that like you're planning and you'd like to achieve. The Pentacles are something you can hold on to, something that is solid and steady and stable. So there could be a new beginning coming, and this is a time card. Something new is going to be happening at the end of the year, December, January. So this year has been difficult. That's goes without saying. And with all the retrograde energy and all with the crazy aspects, with all the Capricorn energy and the Mars squaring Saturn and Jupiter and Pluto, and plus the retrogrades and all the eclipses in Capricorn, it has been really hard to get anything off the ground. So everything kind of seems like it's just dragging in the mud, like everything is stuck and not moving. And especially with the COVID, I don't think that we're going to see progress until the end of the year. That's when the energies are going to lighten up, and all this Capricorn energy, things are going to be starting to move into the Aquarius energy. So Jupiter will be moving out of Capricorn into Aquarius. It will be supporting you. Saturn will move out of Capricorn into Aquarius. And then Mars in Aries, it's been squaring it's going to square all this Capricorn energy. So it's causing conflict. It's like shaking up shaking everyone up. It's creating, squares are like catalysts. I think of them as not so much, it's a problem or a tension that you have to solve, and it can be difficult, but it's also a catalyst to get you moving. When you get to a point where I just can't take anymore, I've got to take action. That's what usually a square will initiate that. Trines are easy. You can sleep right through a trine. Everything's good. I don't have to do anything. Just going with the flow. But when you have a square in your life, you're angry and you're anxious and you want to do something to fix something. So your reward is coming at the end of the year, and you have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands is the arrows of love. Doors opening up, things happening quickly, opportunity, travel. Things might even happen really quickly. So you could be connecting with someone. I think it's going to be more like toward the end of the year. You have to solve this Knight of Swords, Page of Swords energy. You have to solve this problem. And once you solve that and let go and stand your ground, put an end to it, take action with the Ace of Swords, the end of the year, your reward is coming. A new beginning that's bringing you security. And it could be with an earth sign. You have this Page of Pentacles. That could be the student card. You could be open to the new. Once you get rid of the old, you're open to the new. You might be learning new things. If the page represents a relationship, it could be the beginning stages of a new relationship. One that's bringing you security and stability with someone who is not flighty or troublesome. Someone who's very stable. So hang on to that thought and hang on to your dream. You can reach the sun. So don't worry. You have these 2 9s here. That's like you're coming to the end of a cycle. And something has to end, and you have to finish something and let go of it, complete it, and let it go before you can bring this new abundant energy and loving energy into your life. So let's see what the astrology is saying. So Aquarius, you have a full moon in your house, your first house, and the sun is in the 7th house. And it's squaring Uranus with a tight square in the 4th house. So there could be changes in the home, changes in relationship that involve, like sudden changes in your home And something completes in a relationship. A relationship is completing. The full moon brings things to the surface, brings truths to the surface. You might be moving. You might be changing your residence or your location. Or making some changes around the house. Mars is in Aries, and it's in the 3rd house. So there could be some communication. I mean, you might have to communicate in a forceful way. Stand up for your beliefs. Stand up for your rights. Just don't go over the top with it, because Mars is warrior energy. But you do have to speak up. You have to communicate. Communicate your needs. Communicate what you want in a relationship. You can't keep your mouth quiet. You have to speak up. Even if it's difficult and you're afraid of it and you don't want to really deal with a difficult conversation, you have to speak up. Don't, otherwise this Knight of Swords is going to walk all over you. You have Mercury in the 6th house opposing Saturn around this full moon. So there could be some heavy energy. Saturn in the 12th, you may feel blocked by authority figures. And Mercury in the 6th, you're afraid to speak up. Mercury opposite Saturn, either you're having a difficult conversation with someone, it's a serious conversation, and you're getting resistance to what they're resisting what you're saying. Or it could be that you're afraid to speak up, you're afraid that no one's taking you seriously, or the person that you're dealing with, because Saturn in the 12th, you could be dealing with someone who has mental issues, or you might be dealing with people like institutions, hospitals. It could be a family member that's needing care. This is not true for everyone, but it could be some of the things that come up. It could either be a work conflict or a family health issue. Now, I know that with Mercury in the 6th, there is a lot of mental stress over work. Maybe you're really overworked and you have a lot of mental stress around that. Venus is in your 5th house, though, and it's conjunct the North Node. So the way that you could get around all this tension is through some type of creative project, doing some type of artwork, maybe even having a new romance, if there is, or spending time with children. That could be your out. That could be something that gives you peace, that helps you to deal with the stress. Neptune's in the 2nd house, so if you're dealing with any kind of money issue, look, read the fine print. That's all I'm saying. Mars in the 3rd is squaring Saturn in the 12th, so you might have to communicate. You could have a communication. There could be some issue that comes up with a brother, a sibling, an aunt, an uncle, neighbor, where you have to, you're communicating. It's a difficult, like the message is heavy. You're dealing with serious issues, and you really need to be honest and see things in a realistic way. Don't sugarcoat anything. Now, the new moon in Leo is happening in your 7th house, and that's happening on August 18th. Uranus is going retrograde on the 15th, and where is Uranus? Let's see. Uranus is in your 4th house. So when Uranus retrogrades, it's going to be retrograde for from August 15th up until January. You really need to, you might be rethinking your housing situation. Some unexpected developments could pop up where you decide, I don't think I want to live here anymore. I want to move somewhere else. Or you may have to make sudden repairs. There could be problems with electricity when Uranus is in the 4th house. So check your wiring. But the new moon in the 7th house, there could be a new relationship coming after this new moon. And the only issue, you could hear, actually Mars in the 3rd is trining the new moon. So you could hear from someone, you could meet someone in your environment. You need to get out and about a little bit. I know it's hard with the COVID, but even if you're just communicating, if you're not actually physically going out, you could communicate with someone from a distance. The only issue that might, I think this is basically a good new moon, except for the Saturn influence in the 12th. You may be concerned about someone who might be going through some type of health crisis, or you might be dealing with hospitals and prisons, institutions. Saturn could also represent your fears that you have, like you may not feel good enough, or you might, because Saturn in the 12th house, you're ending a karmic cycle and you need to release baggage. So something that's been in your life for a long time, because Saturn represents chronic conditions, and you have to solve it. You have to come to, you have to end it. A cycle is ending. So I feel like, a cycle that's been worrying you, that's been on your mind, that's been stressing you out, that's coming to an end. You're releasing that baggage, and it's opening up energy for a new beginning, especially in relationships. Venus is in your 6th house now. At this by the new moon, Venus has moved from Gemini into Cancer, and it's in your 6th house. So work issues will be a lot more harmonious. You might be doing more creative things at work, or you're getting along better with your colleagues. And Venus is sextile Uranus, so there could be maybe you're even working from home. There could be some kind of work from home opportunity. But Venus, when it sextiles Uranus, brings unexpected developments in love or money. So you could get a windfall. Maybe you get some extra money and you can fix up your house, or you're doing some creative project and it's a big success, or you meet someone with Venus in the 6th. You could be having some romantic encounter through the work that you do. You might connect with someone. So things look good for you, even though at the beginning of the month, you may be still concerned with some problem or some worry, something that's on your mind. But by the end of the month, you're going to be more excited about the new beginnings. If you can release the past and drop the baggage and let go whatever you need to, whatever has been weighing you down, if you could release that, the end of the month will be a lot lighter for you and happier. You're going to be connecting with someone that you're going to have some fun for a change, instead of all work and no play. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Aquarius. If you liked the reading, click on the like box or click on the subscription. And if you'd like a private reading, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and you can get a reading that's based specifically on your issues. This is a general reading, but we can focus just totally on you and what's going on in your life. And it can be more detailed. So I just want to say thank you, everyone who's been supporting this channel. Thank you for your likes, your subscribes, your purchases. Thank you for the new people. Welcome. I hope you find your sun. I wonder if it even could be a Leo. You could be dealing with a Leo, the sun. But, or an earth sign. You have all the signs here. Earth, air. Enjoy this month. I think it's going to get better at the end of the month. And embrace the new. Don't be afraid to drop baggage. Fight for what you believe in. Fight for your rights. Drop your baggage. And have a new start at the end of the month. Filled with love and abundance. And I'll talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.